That was weird. OBS locked up or something. I don't know. Whatever. So we track found cells, and for each cell near the coordinate pair, we iterate over those cells. We track that we have found the cell. We add the found cell, and we search it. It's still not right. Hey, Sabertus, how's it going? So, tonight we're working on what I anticipate will be the trickiest part of the project, and I've kind of been dreading this since I started. I don't want to reload this game because it'll probably blow up. So, when we select a unit, we need two radii to appear. One is the unit's movement radius, and the second is the unit's firing radius. And unless I'm an idiot, this is actually really complicated because we either need to do some funny looping or we need to do a bunch of recursive searching along these tiles to generate the path, to generate the radius that we need. And it's made trickier by the fact that this isn't really represented in the game yet, but, you know, again, like Advance Wars or XCOM or Fire Emblem or whatever, I want there to be different costs for traversing different types of terrain. So, you know, maybe you're fast on the roads and sort of okay on open plains and slow in the woods and really slow in the mountains or whatever. So I'm trying to write an algorithm that will accept a unit's coordinates and, again, probably, unfortunately, recursively generate that movement radius, accounting for, again, the different terrain costs, and then taking that radius and bolting onto the end of that a firing radius. And it's just like I've always kind of sucked at recursion, but I think recursion is probably the way to do this, and it's complicated. And I'm probably gonna just be staring at the screen for 2 or 3 nights or some shit till I get this worked out. An A-star algo. So what is that, Noctis? And hey, by the way, how you doing? I did a little bit of research last night on pathfinding, but I think I decided It does use a cost for cells. Okay. See, that's what I couldn't find, was something that accounts for a cost for cells. Yeah. A star. Is that pronounced A star or A asterisk or what? Because I'm Googling that now. A star search. Yeah, Suburtus. I mean, for me, recursion is one of those things that's like not too hard to understand conceptually, but when I sit down to write the code to do it, it's hard as hell. I think there might be some Lua libs too. Okay, yeah, that'd be useful. Like I can't use the libraries in Pico, but I can sure look at the implementation. So I have the wiki pulled up here. We'll just, if I'm gonna read, I can at least do it on screen. Pronounced A star, okay. See, stores alt-generated nodes in memory. That's actually what I want to do, essentially, because that set of generated nodes would be the radius. Because what I need to do is, you know, generate that set of nodes, which is the radius, and then when checking for unit movement, check to see if the cell the player is trying to move to is in that radius, and then likewise for firing, it's the same thing. I need to see if the cell is in the superset of all cells. Yeah, Noctis, I think this is probably a good place to start. This at a glance, it sounds right, I think. Oh, there's a Pico one. I appreciate those links. Let's take a look at this. So this actually like its own game, I guess. Okay. I forget how to actually run a Pico. I guess I can just do this. This should be fine. Or wait. A star. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I think it is a full cart. That's awesome. Thank you. Let's take a look at what this guy has here. Move that over there for oops. Okay, so it's not interactive, I don't think, but I can see what it did. Aha. Okay. Let me check something. Okay, cool. Use it streaming AI too. Yeah, yeah, that might be really useful because that's something I hadn't given too much thought to at all, is how the AI would pathfind across the map and stuff. So yeah, this could definitely be very helpful. I appreciate the link again, Noctis. So just for the sake of curiosity, let me check something. I know there is some pick a weight button that I pressed on accident that gave me like a debugging HUD, and I don't know what it was. So I'm gonna press some buttons here. And I didn't see any info in the manual. Because I'm just kind of curious, like, how memory or CPU intensive this is. Though at least, you know, in our game so far, we're not anywhere near the headroom. Like we have a lot of headroom, we're nowhere near the limit. So the documentation just says to do what we're doing, which is print this stuff out. But I hit some button once, some undocumented button, that showed like a CPU usage graph and stuff, and I really wish that was documented. Because now I'm just having to randomly press buttons like an idiot trying to find it. I don't know. Okay, though. Yeah, just using stat. Yeah, that's all I could find too. Which is weird. I know this thing exists. I hit something that brought up in the upper right-hand corner some little graph, some guy. Control 1. Oops. That's kicking me. Control P. Hey, Control P. All right. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Appreciate it, guys. Okay, so this is running at 30 frames a second, and I don't know what those two values are, if it's RAM and CPU, but either way, they're both low, so I guess who cares, huh? Okay, great. So then we just got to wrap our heads around what's going on here, which is what? Really only like 200 lines? It's not so bad. So I guess Lua standalone implements a max range. Okay, I don't know if that. I think there's a max function in Pico 8, even if because again we don't have the Pico 8 standard library available, but we do have this anyway. Yeah, we got this guy at least. And for what it's worth, this is the reference I'm using. I don't think this is official, but so far it hasn't let me down, and it's a little easier to search than the official manual. So I'm assuming Frontier is unmapped space. That seems like it would be. And what, insert is a Pico 8 native API function? Is that right? Or maybe it's just Lua? Oh no, it's okay, it's here. Insert into table and sort by priority. The two inserts are confusing. Does Lua have overloading? I didn't think it did. It does with meta add. Okay, interesting. Let me format this just so I'm used to looking at. Oh wait, oh it's P8. Never mind. Okay, interesting. I didn't realize you could overload functions in Lua. Okay, and he's doing Manhattan distance, which I guess is what we would want in our likewise square grid. Seems like it's the same idea exactly. Oh, and I guess this guy is just using the map editor to set like a goal tile to work toward, and then the algorithm does its thing. Oh, let me think. Now, the one thing we need to account for... Yeah, I did skim this last night. Not this code. I wasn't aware of this, but the A star thing. For our radius case, we're not actually trying to go anywhere. We just want to know what is in range. But maybe we can use the first half or something of this, where we find all the neighbors out to a certain radius or something. Change it in reloading, change nothing. Oh yeah, you mean like it all runs in an it or whatever, right? And isn't interactive beyond that? Okay, What is next in all? Is that Pico 8? Okay. So that iterates over a table. Next is okay. Next is the Lua keyword. That's just an iterator, I guess. For next in all neighbors. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look at that. See, this is sort of what I was going toward, but again, I'm not hugely confident in what I have going here. So I would like to avoid recursion given the option, just because I frankly have a hard time reasoning about it. But what I was working toward is that we have a radius update method, which is called in the cursor, which accepts, you know, an x and a y coordinate is what you got the base for. I agree that I'm mostly doing the flood fill thing here. I think I'm just not quite getting it. Because what I'm trying to do is, you know, radius update takes an x and a y, and then right now a constant value 1, but that will be the unit's movement range. Yeah. So what I can't tell is if I do in fact need the, excuse me, the A star for this. I think that will be useful for the AI enemy pathing. For this, we might be able to get away with flood fill. Because I think the idea is that we want to. I don't know if you've seen that. Yeah, you saw this. You know, I was trying to sketch this out to help me think it through. So here's our unit, and then I figure, you know, we have a method. I call it near, to find every adjacent cell cardinally, so no diagonals. And then we take those guys and we recursively search all of them, and we do that through depth of whatever, where that depth is the unit's speed value or something. I think that is the correct idea. Now, see, the one thing that doesn't account for, though, is, again, the cost of traversing the tile. Like if it's a road or if it's mountains or whatever, because those will have different costs. And I haven't worked that out yet. And it's probably not even worth thinking about that now. I should probably just make it work under the assumption that the cost to traverse any tile at all will be 1. Because I think that's the hard part. I think it's just getting the recursion working right. I think. Does that sound sensible to you? Because again, I have about 50% confidence in what I'm saying here. What is just a flood fill? What if we get real lazy and we Google Lua flood fill? Sounds sensible? Only check for 1 or 0? Okay. If blocked, if you hit a wall, sure. Let's take a look at some of these. I'm curious now, this guy is even benchmarking in Lua, because that's something I would like to do. I have a testing harness set up, and I would like to set up a benchmarking harness, but I haven't done that yet. Let's just take a look at this. Yeah. Pull up that Reddit example again. Yeah, that certainly makes sense right here. Is this Godot? I assume this is C# or something. Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty tiny. Yeah. Yeah, I still don't have a mechanism in place for actually tracking cell cost, but yeah, again, I guess we'll just assume it's one uniformly for now, and that's fine because that's not hard to do. So this is like what I was doing here with near. I mean, I think that's the same idea there. Something like that. I'll append it to the map. So I think there are only like two options really, and they're both fine. One is let me load balance power again. So you have in your map editor in Pick-a-Weight, you have these like state flags you can set on a tile. I guess one option would be to just use these guys. I don't think I like that though, because that's like we only got 8 bits there. I'd rather not spend all of them on movement costs. The other thing I'll probably do somewhere is just create some stupid lookup table of like tile ID to movement cost or whatever. I don't think that would be I think that would be fine. Allegedly, Global's access is slow in Lua, but again, I don't think we're gonna have problems with our CPU headroom. Damn it, is my internet going out again? Might be dropping frames here. Oops. Although, am I still live? No, it looks like I can't tell. I'm bounced between 0 and 2K. Looks like you guys are seeing a slideshow here. Yeah, save the flags, exactly. Okay. Oh, looks like we're back. All right, there we go. I don't know why my internet's so terrible tonight. It's been really bad though. It's kind of annoying. So let's see. So I guess we have a couple options here. We've got this Reddit guy, and we've got just the other flood fill example we just downloaded. Let's see how similar or dissimilar these look. Okay, now the thing about this one, if I'm reading this right, I don't think that'll do it for us because yeah, because see what we need is if we did plus cell cost here, that would, if I'm reading this right, reduce your movement in every direction. Right, yeah, it would stop in all directions. When really we just need that one square to be inaccessible. So I don't think that's what we want, but it's close. It's probably worth keeping that tab open. I feel like we're gonna have to do this recursively, probably. Which again, I'm not thrilled with, because I'm bad at recursion. What I have, let's see, where did I feel like we're almost getting there here, if I could just figure out this guy. Because, like, what I've thought through so far is, again, we start from a cell, we search that cell, and we search to a depth. I think any other var within, but I'm not sure where for the counter. Yeah, see, that's where I'm struggling too. It's like, you know, even if we can kind of ignore that for the time being, but we have to account for the fact that it will be there eventually. That tile costs, that is not 1. I feel like it would look something like this, wouldn't it? Where it's like, if we've searched to a depth greater than I, return. Otherwise, find the cells near the specified cell, add them to cells, and recursively search over each. Okay, I appreciate it. I appreciate how invested you are in this project. Yeah, it's so simple, but it's complicated. Is like, recursion in a nutshell for me, man. It's like, at a high level, it's not hard to understand, but when I sit down and actually write it, I totally space out. I'm just gonna YOLO it and run this. I think this is probably gonna like wreck our game or something. Or not even run, that's cool. Radius line 9. Oh, whoops. I've never seen this performance monitor running meaningfully before. Oh, another thing too, just while we're talking about headroom, by the way, because we were, you know, pretty low on our CPU consumption, I cranked the FPS up to 60 the other day. So if we ever do start to bump into that, we can literally cut that CPU number in half, basically in half, by dropping that back to 30, which I think is more common. So we actually have a lot of headroom. I'm going to click this and shit all blows up. What do we do? Line 24. Self. Yes, okay. Out of memory. Alright, well, we are recursing. We have determined that much. So, that's cool. So we have cells for each cell that is near X and Y, so that would be, initially it's the solid guys, and then it's the hollow guys. Add the cell to cells and search cell X and Y. What is this gonna do? I think this is gonna, like, do nothing now? I don't even know. Something is... I'm not... This isn't right in my head. Yeah, that does nothing, because it recurses for a while and then... quits. I feel like we're really close to it. It has to be like right here, doesn't it? I think we're on the edge of getting this. Attempt to perform arithmetic on local y, a string value. Why are you a string? $71. Oh, I'm doing... I don't want this add. There's a radius. There's a... I can corner cut and do this. This is... No, I can't. I need to call radius append, which needs to be self append. Which means cell X, cell Y, which means this needs to be... Cell needs to be... Wait, near, you're fine, I don't care. Then search has to be invoked like this. What's that gonna do? Attempt to index local self a number value. Append. What? $23. Attempt to index local self a number value. Oh. Now we're back to briefly consuming memory and then doing nothing. So, okay. Wait. Now we don't even want this thing anymore. Oh, and we don't want this anymore. Holy shit, do we do it? Dude, I think we got it. We're off by one. Wait. Yeah, I think. Wait. Oh, I put 3 there. I hard-coded 3. Yeah, yeah. That... Like, we didn't, like, totally get it, but we're damn close. We're off by some number. So let's say our unit movement was 5. So now your I... Oh, out of memory. That's unfortunate and surprising. Wait. Oh, duh, okay. Wait, what? Why did I even... This was not supposed to work. If I is less than 3... What the hell? We're close, though. These are just stupid bugs. So you're not even here anymore. I, and you are I. Actually, fuck I. Let's call this movement MVMT. And yeah, we'll make you 3. I equals up. Yeah, I did a dumb thing here. I guess we need to actually, we actually do need to track line 27. Yeah, we actually, I think we need a 4th value, right? Do we? We need, because I'm doing the equals. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm not actually incrementing I, am I? Well, no, well. I have the I plus 1 in there, so so that would be, I think that's correct. Because we're not incrementing I, but we just want to reduce it each time. Yeah. Yeah, like do, like if I is greater than 0, and do a -1 kind of thing. Though, again, something like that. Let's see what this does. I mean, it should work the same way, right? One, two, three, 4. Player position is 1. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And yeah, I guess that's... Let's just do this. Because that's Lua starting from it's being 1 indexed again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Now this isn't quite right still, because like look at what happened here. So let's go here. So we need to account both for tile movement cost and also for hard breaks, right? So like this. So like this is good. I can't move in the river. That checks the works, but I should be able to move there because I can't cross the river. So I also need to not recurse if... Oh god, see that gets tricky. Or is it? I guess it's just if this... Well, see, see, that's tricky because it's like if this tile is impassable, but only in this direction... No, wait, hang on. Wait, yeah, no, I actually, no, I do need to do something about that. This is nice, though, by the way, our memory is still at 79 kilobits, so this, oh, 80 kilobits, okay, so that added 2 kilobits, like, whatever. I was afraid that was going to be more expensive than that. CPU jumps to 32. I guess we're not memoizing that or something, so I guess we're... That's probably from drawing the extra squares, because yeah, we're only running update. on the frame that the button is pressed here. So yeah, let me... I'm just curious, let's not draw those. Yeah, okay, so the CPU consumption is from drawing the sprites. Need to, can you do a calc from the player position to cursor selection to do the point calculation? And sub that from the total movement. You need to store the points so your movement for the unit is the new amount, points used. Can you do a calc from the player position to cursor selection to do the point calculation? I don't know what you mean, I'm afraid. Are you talking about trying to... Oh, I didn't reload. Are you talking about trying to solve our river problem? So when you select where to move... Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think. So maybe this actually is the same... I think we can solve this maybe. So let's pretend that we had our tile cost thing in place, right? What if we just did, if you encounter a river, tile cost is positive infinity. So that way you would just never be able to pay the cost and then the recursion would stop? I mean, maybe. Difference from... So yeah, so you're... So are you talking about trying to solve this problem by computing the something with where the cursor is presently and where the computer is? Because if I understand you right, the problem with that approach would be that sorry, I think my mic is clipping. The problem with that approach would be that the radius should be independent of the cursor once it is computed initially. Yeah. What I'm thinking is maybe we can just say the value of this cell cost is positive infinity, and then it should just cease recursing, or even just put in another check. So okay, let's go back to our tablet. Well, actually, I don't even need the tablet now, I guess. We have our map. So, I mean... See, I can't put a unit here, but it's because of a different check. The radius is not smart. And here, let's do this. Let's make our, just temporarily make our radius orange. Because I think we were just camouflaged into the river. So we can see that our radius isn't aware that it shouldn't be in the river. But I mean, we're getting very close. It might be use this reachable thing. I think I... Oh wait, this is actually like the... Let's comment this out. This might actually be what we need, but... Yeah, I don't know. Let's comment this out. Maybe we're gonna need this. That's not even a thing anymore, radius. Or wait, is it? No, it's not. That's not even a thing. We're not using that, but we will. clean this up. The thing I changed here, by the way, I just had a bunch of stupid assignments I was doing. Because, like, forgot I don't want to use this, like, native add thing. Looks damn good already. Yeah, I agree. We actually made it farther tonight than I kind of expected. I had kind of planned to just be staring at the screen helplessly for 3 or 4 nights, embarrassing myself, and that's not where we are right now, anyway. So that's good. We don't need any of this crap. Don't need any of this. So let's see. So really, it's like here. This -1 should actually be our tile cost mental recursion. Yeah, pretty much. Figure I'd be stuck in a loop of confusion for a while. So yeah, so let's see. So this is where we need. We don't need a -1 here. We really need the tile cost. And we don't actually have a mechanism in place yet to track that. Not that it's like hard to do, but we haven't done it. If you can not append a cell to the radius, then I think you should break the recursion. That sounds sensible. I'm gonna have to think about it for 5 minutes because it's recursion. If you cannot append a cell, you should break recursion. I think we get that. No, we don't get that for free. Yeah, because what you're saying would interrupt somewhere in here, which might be correct. So let's, okay. So we draw a radius, we find this cell's neighbors, it includes this cell. We find this cell's neighbors, it includes this cell. We just added this cell, we look for his neighbors, it includes this cell. See, like, there's one easy change, there's one easy fix. I still think we have an easy problem and a hard problem. From bool to int for the cost. So, okay, the self.cellsx thing, all that is about is I wanted to create a lookup table of the cells in the radius. That way, this call to contains would perform in constant time. I think, yeah, I don't think we track costs there, because this is just a mechanism I'm using to annotate that the cell at XY coordinate is within the set of cells that composes the radius, if that makes sense. The one thing we can do, so we have 2 problems, I think. One problem is easy, one problem is possibly hard. The easy problem is cells in the river. this is like we just don't, if like you're in the river, don't join this set. So let's solve that now, because we can just solve that. So if what is the passable thing I did? This is gonna be really gross code, but we'll refactor it later. Looking forward to sneak it in. Yeah, so the first thing we can do to get the cells out of the river, we can do if yeah, the water 999 thing is an option. This is I already have a cell passable method. Yeah, or -1. I don't even know what a negative number would do. That's something I have to probably test against. So if the cell what is it? I think it's break, right? Lua does break or something. What's that all about? What the hell? Okay, something isn't doing what I expected. Oh! Oh god, okay. Ah, fuck. So, hang on though. This actually, I don't know, this is actually exhibiting weird behavior. This is like... That's like a lot closer to... It's like working properly. I didn't expect something to work properly. That's... wasn't the plan. So this isn't exactly correct, because, like, again, this guy's now soft locked. But this is actually pretty close. So break should use continue. I don't think Lua has continue. And also that wouldn't exit. Well, no, yeah, it would if it. Yeah, see, I actually don't think there's a continue in Lua. Yeah, it's just not in the language. I only know that because I made the same mistake, thinking obviously you use a continue here, right? It seems like you should, but yeah, it's break for some reason. This is like sort of close though. So if the cell isn't passable, we break. Return is better. Give that a shot. See, there's still behavior that doesn't make sense. Or rather, makes sense but isn't what we want. Because I don't understand why we stopped. No, I do understand why. Yeah, see, this is still a little tricky. So what happened here is we went looking for neighbors. We found this guy. This guy is not passable, technically. And this makes me realize I need, like... I actually need, like, 2 state flags here, and I only have 1. I have one that I'm calling passable. But really what I'm annotating is not that you can't pass through it, but that you can't be placed there. And that's an important distinction, because I want you to be able to pass through your own units. I just don't want you to be able to stack units. So that's a bug that's, like, totally orthogonal to this thing we're dealing with right now. And maybe if we did that, it would just, like, fix the problem. But I think what's happening, right, is, like, this actually all works great until you get up into a tile which has a neighbor that is not passable, and then you're soft locked, because I'm, like, breaking out of this loop too early, I think is the problem. Subertus, I think that's exactly the problem. Exactly the problem. So really, I guess we can just do this. I was trying to be cute and exit early. I should never try to be cute ever again in my life. It should just be if cell dot. It should be this. Let's just invert the logic. If cell dot passable, then do this stuff. Right? So now we're not exiting, we're just taking no action. Already that looks better. Yeah. Now am I locked? I'm not soft locked. So that actually like totally solved it. Flawless victory there. Now the only thing we did not account for is the cell movement cost, which will probably be a next stream thing, probably a tomorrow thing, because there's just a little bit of mundane legwork we gotta do before we get there. But this is actually like way more successful than I was hoping for tonight. The other thing we need to do, so I think like I will stream tomorrow. The two things we need to do. First, we need to count. We need to. Well, here, let me just pull this up. Radius, we need to account for tile cost. That'll come to you randomly in an hour. So yeah, that's how it always is, right? I'll have the idea in the shower or something. We need to create an enum mapping tiles to movement cost, and we need to implement a solution, implement a firing radius, which might be tricky. Oh, we also... That'll probably be tomorrow. So, like, the firing radius is going to be tricky too, right? Because what we need to do is... Like, if this is your movement radius and your firing radius is 2 or 3 tiles beyond that, we need to account for that and track those cells separately, I think, from the movement radius cells. And the logic of shooting will be if the target is in the movement cells or the firing cells, and the logic for movement will just be if the cursor new position is within the movement cells or whatever. But firing gets tricky because it does not play by the same rules regarding like impassable squares and stuff. I mean, maybe it does. Maybe that's what I need to think about and figure out in the shower. Because like obviously we can't move our tank or whatever this is into the river, but we could shoot into the river, I guess, right? I don't know. That's something to figure out. Well, let's yeah, let's commit all that. That was actually excellent progress. Oh, I'll move the I'm gonna move this A-star guy out of the project, but I'm gonna keep him safe because we're probably gonna need that when we do start implementing unit pathing and stuff. So I do appreciate that. To-do change, cursor icon change. Don't care, don't care. Yeah. recursive. Determining yeah, there we go. Look, we ended right on the song too, right on the music. How about that? But yeah, I guess I'll wrap it up there. And yeah, I'll probably stream tomorrow for the next yeah, at 7 or whatever. And as an aside, by the way, because Christmas is coming up, I'm actually on PTO all of next week, which is excellent. So I'll probably be streaming a lot. Thank you, Noctis. Yeah, and thanks again as always for the help, Noctis and Severtus. I appreciate it. You guys are excellent, excellent co-pilots here. I do appreciate it. But yeah, I guess have a good night, guys, and take care. We'll see y'all next time. Probably soon. Take care.